Hello and welcome to another update video on HBAR. You can see that the HBAR chart is clearly respecting that 28-cent level, that resistance level we talked about in previous videos. I mentioned several times it's likely going to be a bit of a difficult one to get above, not necessarily a deal breaker, for the bulls, but it might take a little while to get through, or at least it should be a level to watch, a level of interest. And these levels, essentially, what are these levels? Fibonacci levels, for example, like the one around 28.3 cents, can act as support and resistance levels. And they are levels where buyers, or sellers can get interested. And that means, in this case, it's typically a level where you would expect some sellers to get mildly interested in selling some of their positions, which keeps the price down at the moment, And buyers are just not so interested right now. But that can change, but it's just a level where we might expect some resistance. Also, because the price got rejected already here on the 2nd of March, and then we had this area here where the price got, the price was trading around exactly this level, basically dancing around this 28.3 level for a few months, actually, right? For a couple of months. So then obviously the price started the correction, recovered, but could never break above that level again. So breaking above this level is going to be meaningful. We haven't done it yet, but ideally the price would do it. I mean, we had a break, but not a sustained break. So that would be the next objective for the bulls, to take the price really above that level, send the price to the next upside Fibonacci levels in the area around 33.3 to 39.2 cents. Of course, there are support levels to watch, and really what I would prefer, actually, to keep this uptrend alive is that the price holds above the 22.4 cent level here, this last swing high, which I have highlighted with this green line. I mean, breaking briefly below it and quickly recovering it would probably be acceptable, but what we don't want to see is really a break back below that swing high and below that trend line, or let's say previous resistance line, now support line. But now let's take a look at the shorter time frame as well for HBAR, because here on the smaller time frame, we get a good understanding of the relevant levels that really matter right now. And, well, you can see that the market is simply correcting here a little bit. So we're simply consolidating below that swing high. There isn't really there is no sharp or significant pullback. There's no strong rejection. So it's all, if you look at this, we're still very much holding, consolidating just below that 28-cent level. There is a support area here, which is between 20.6 cents and 25 cents. And this is the support area in case we get a deeper pullback, which could be a wave 4, which ideally then holds before we get that upside trend continuation. So if we zoom in a little bit further, then you can see that there is a possibility that the wave 4 already bottomed. And then, I have to shift here the nanostructures. What we see right now, we had a first rejection, not too strong, a rejection, then a rally, and a rejection from our Fibonacci resistance area, which I shared with you very recently. And it's possible in the orange count. Let's talk about it. In the orange scenario, it's even possible that the B wave already topped, and we're now coming down. And I would say if we really extend higher, then this swing low from Tuesday must hold. In other words, any break below the Tuesday low that formed here around 25.9 cents should shift the focus on lower prices with a target of around 22.5 cents probably. Around these previous swing lows and the 38.2 retracement. So upside extensions in a direct fashion are possible, but I would want to see the last swing low hold and then a break above that last swing high at 28.8 cents. And don't get me wrong, just discussing microstructures here, we just need to, what really matters is if the bulls show up before the price breaks below 20.6 cents. Everything up here is really just noise. Okay, because that's not meaningful. What really means something is, do we get an upside breakout and do we hold above Fibonacci support? That's the update on HBAR. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.